Look at today's review. We are going to review 11B, which is exponents, and then 8A, which is all about factoring and zeros, and this is the part that we use the calculator for. But let's look at exponents first. I want to show y'all on the formula chart how the rules are written down for you. These are all the rules if you need them.
Why did you start on your calculator?
Okay. If it's multiplying, then you add your exponents. If you're dividing like bases, you subtract. If you have a power to a power like this, then you multiply them. Any negative exponent, we write as a fraction. So let's look at look at number 6. It says the area of a rectangle is 90 x 16 y 9 square yards. If the length of the rectangle is 40 x to the 4th y 3rd yards, which expression represents the width of the rectangle in yards? So let's think back to the formula. Formula for area of a rectangle. Length times width, or base times height. So area is actually the 90. So we're going to say 90 x 16 y 9. We're plugging in the known values into the formula. Equals, it gives us the length is 10 x to the 4 y to the 3rd. So we put that on the other side of the equal sign. Which represents the width. So it's length times width. So put times W. W is our unknown. We don't know what it is. So think about how we would solve this. So if you think back to, like, if I say 2x equals 15, what would I do to solve for x? Yeah, we would divide both sides by the number in front of x. In this case, it's w. Then we would simplify. So what we're going to have to do is divide both sides by that 10x to the 4 y to the 3rd. So on this side, remember how if I have 2x over 2, the 2's simplify out to just equal 1? Same thing here. This crosses out and I just have w. So I need to simplify this. 90 over 10. X 16 over x 4. Y 9 over y 3. You simplify your like basis. So 90 divided by 10. If I have 90 and I divide by 10, what do I get? 9. Look at your answer choices right away. What can you mark out? Because those are 900. What did they do instead of dividing? Yeah, they multiply, which is wrong because it's area equals length times width, and we're given area. If we were given length and width, then we'd multiply them, but we weren't. All right, what about x 16, x 4? What do I do with those exponents? I'm dividing. It's like saying I have 16 x's on top and 4 x's on bottom. What happens when an x is over an x? It cancels out. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to take 4 away from the 16. So if you needed to, you'd have to look 1, 2, like 16 of these, 16, over 4 of them. They cancel out, so we're subtracting. That's the operation. So it gives us x to the 12. What about y 9? So we have 9 y's on top, 3 on bottom. So if I have 9 on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 blah. over 3. I need to mark out 3. How many are left on top? 6. So look at your answer choices. What do you get? G. Okay, do y'all want to do 1, 4, or 5? 1, 4, or 5. Let's do 1. Which expression is equivalent to that for all values of A, B, and C where the expression is defined? We need to simplify this. So you simplify the numbers, like the constant. So 56 divided by 14. When you have a number over a number, you just divide them. 56 divided by 14. It's 4. 4 goes on top. Look at your answer choices. Which ones are not the right answer? C and D. Okay, I have an A to the negative 8 on top. I can't keep that there. So I put, anytime you have a negative, you put it on the bottom and change it to a positive exponent. So I'm going to move that A to the 8. And what about A to the negative 2? I move it up top and change it to a positive. Then I have B4. I'm going to keep B4 and B8. Then I have C15 and C negative 5. C15 stays up there, and then C5 goes up top. How many C's are you going to have? So I know it's 4, and then C20. Just by knowing that, look at your answer choices. It's A. The B's, you would subtract them, and you, instead of having, so you have 2 A's on top, 2, 4, 6, 8. You have 2 on top, 8 on bottom. See what happens? All the A's are going to end up being on the bottom. So wherever the bigger exponent is, that's where your number goes. So this is A to the 6 on bottom. And then the same thing here, B4 over B8. I have 4 B's on top, 8 B's on bottom. The 4 B's are going to simplify out, leaving us 4 B's on bottom. Okay, so you're going to finish this on your own, but go to the back side. Let's look at the back side. Solve quadratic equations, having real solutions by factoring, taking square roots, completing the square, and applying the quadratic formula. Remember what the word solution means? X-intercept. What's the other word for it? 0. Exactly. All of these questions are asking for the same thing. Where does it cross the x-axis? So it's going to be a quadratic. So let's say it's quadratic like here. You're looking for where it crosses the x-axis. There could be 1, there could be 2, there could be none. So let's look at problem 2.
Teachers, please pardon this interruption, but at this time we are ready for our...
So we'll look at number 2. It says, what are the solutions to x squared minus 70x minus 937 equals 47? To find the solution, you first need to solve for 0. So we need to move everything to the other side. We're going to subtract that 47. And it goes under our like term. So it's x squared minus 70x. Oh, what is that?
Good job, Sammy. There we go.
So once you solve it for 0, then you put it into y equals and look at your x-intercepts. X squared minus 70x minus 984. Then look at the graph, and we're looking at where it crosses the x-axis. I can't see anything. Yep, we got to zoom out. Zoom 3. Okay, so it's a negative, and I can't see the other one. So it's at least, well, is it 0? No. These both have positives, so that's not it. This is 2 negatives. It could be, honestly. We don't know. Okay, then the next one is a negative and positive. Oh, but is this negative 10.5 and negative 12? Let's see. So let's hit trace, and let's find out what this one is. That'll help us a little bit. Oh, there we go. If I hit trace, then I kind of get close to it, but not really. Why don't we zoom in on that point? You know, once you find a point, you can hit zoom and then go in. Oh, but I still can't see it. But what is it close to? Negative 12. So possibly this one or possibly this one. So I need to find out, is it 82 or is it negative 10.5? Well, negative 10.5 would be here, right? It doesn't cross right there and negative 12. So it'd have to be 82. But let's zoom out again. Zoom out. Oh, yep. So it's right there. Let's just arrow over and see where it's at. 82. Yep. So that's good. All right, so right now you're going to work on either this or your benchmark corrections.